Hello and good afternoon. It is afternoon. Hubby's just stormed out of here because I told him I was going to film a video and he was wanting to work in bed and do some dictation, and we can't have him dictating in the background while I'm filming, and it's just this, it was a whole thing. Anyway, it's not a big deal. He just got a little grumpy, but that's kind of normal too, you know, because husbands. Anyway, I have not worn much makeup in a really long time. I want to say several weeks, 2-3 weeks. So it's taken me a really long time in my makeup diaries to actually get to the point where I have a full container, enough to, I suppose I could have done it when it was less full, but I haven't been well, I haven't wanted to film, and, you know, yada yada, whatever, blah blah. And you will see this video eventually when it goes up. But it's taken me a good, usually I can fill up a basket in about 10 days to 2 weeks. This took me about 3 weeks because I just haven't worn a lot of makeup. Might have been actually a bit more, but don't take my word for it. So anyway, the first thing is this Morphe light focus. It's the new Morphe foundation in the dropper bottle. I forget exactly what it's called. I got a sample. I actually have 2 samples that I'm working through. It's okay. I need to find the right, I think I've talked about it before, I need to find the right primer to go under it. And it's not working great for me at the moment because the primer that I was using it with before, which was my No Pore Blem primer, which worked beautifully under it, I've run out of. And at the moment, I haven't found any other primer that works well on it. I was using it, I tried it with this Miracle Matte from W7, which I use, but this is like super, super duper uber matte. Like, this is matte. I mean, this is amazing. And where was this when I was working and I had to walk to work 15 minutes to get to work, and I was a drippy, glowy, sweaty mess by the time I got to work in the summertime? Where was this? It's got kaolin clay in it. Is that how you pronounce it? It's got pink kaolin in it. And it is beautiful, and it's beautifully matte. Let me, like, you see that glow on my skin there? I'll just put a little bit on. I actually wanted to get another bottle of this, but when I went to a Chemist Warehouse, it was like, look, it's just completely mattified. It stays matte the whole day. So when I tried this on, it looked matte. It mattified it, which is, sometimes it's okay if you've got a glowy foundation, but because this was so matte and this was not that glowy, it just looked too matte and too dry, and I don't like a very, very matte foundation. So this, today I'm wearing it with my Flower Beauty Light Illusion foundation. This is in the color Porcelain L1. This looks like a nice combo, so you can still see some glow on my skin. That's highlighter. So that worked well. In terms of blush, I think by the time you see this, maybe I would have talked about my DIY blush making, where I crushed up a whole bunch of like powder blushes that I didn't like and turned them into like the color, the texture, and the shimmer or the glow that I liked in a blush. And I have a whole bunch of those. I made one that was kind of a bronzy, nudie blush. I made a red one, which is what I'm wearing today. And my girlfriend Steph said to me, you'll never need to buy blush again, ever, because that's all you need. That's going to last absolutely forever. So I made a red one. I'm wearing that today. This, I have to be really careful because red blushes are so hard to like control. And I have to use a very light hand and then blend the heck out of it because it can be very intense. These next two are my favorites. This is a pink one. And it's absolutely gorgeous and stunning. And then a peachy one. And the peach and the pink are my two go-to colors, which I will wear the most, I know. But I have to admit, I've been really loving this bronzy nudie one. And I've been wearing this a lot too. So there's that. I've been wearing my Rare Beauty. This was in the color Joy. These two go together really well. And a eyeshadow, which I have got, oh, I'm running out of breath. I've had for a long time. This is the original Walking on Eggshells trio. I mean, I've hit major pan on all of it. This is funny. Oh, it's broken. Oops. Oh, very broken. Oops. I have been blown away by the quality and longevity of this, like on the eyes. I'm wearing it today. This is this sort of champagne color, and it is, I had forgotten, this is absolutely stunning. I wore this brown one the other day all over my lid, and I kid you not, 12 hours later when I went to wash my face at the end of the day, it was all still there like I just applied it. It looked amazing. So I was, you know, super, super duper impressed. I used my it's just a neutral warm brown eyeshadow. I used this the other day and this, and then blended out with this, and it was very pretty. It is nice. It's not super duper pigmented. But if you build it up, it's nice enough, especially if you're using a primer underneath, which I do for all my eyeshadow. And then there's this one, which is, I assume it's called Tint, and I have no idea what color it is or what it is, but it's just a soft sort of mid-tone brown. Great for when I want to just wear something light, but I'm obsessed with this at the moment, so I probably will be wearing this a lot more because it's just amazing. And I do have one more brand new one that I haven't cracked into yet, so I'm really happy about that. Just can't believe the quality. My Laura Geller powder, I've talked about this. This is the Balance and Brighten foundation in Fair. I use this as a all-over setting powder. I don't use it as a powder foundation because I've just come to realize recently that powder foundations don't work great on me, are not working great on me right now. They used to. I used to wear them a lot, and I have some that I really like. I recently finished that L'Oreal one I was using as a powder foundation for quite a while, and I really liked it as a powder foundation, but something in my skin has changed so that the powder foundation doesn't seem to want to stick or look good. So they work better as a setting powder for me at the moment. So there's that. I'm still working on my powder, this could be messy, powder contour that I DIY'd up, and it's still going, and it's going to take absolutely, I'm up to about there, absolutely forever to use up. I did pull out my Nude by Nature Natural Mineral Cover Blemish Control powder. This is in the color, this is the Blemish Control one, so it's got, I think, salicylic acid in it, and it's in C3 Light. It's actually really nice. The Nude by Nature has this one, and then they've got the other one, which is their regular. I don't like the regular one. It looks terrible on my skin, but this is really nice, and this looks great on my skin. And I use this, I could use this, I haven't tried it yet, but I did used to use this as powder foundation, or as just like a powder if I'm not wearing any makeup, but I haven't done that much really at all recently. So, but it's good on top of foundation. I did crack out my Anastasia Amrezy highlighter. Oh gosh, this is so beautiful. This is absolutely stunning. And it is really, really beautiful. Message just popped up from hubby saying that he's sorry he got grumpy and he overreacted. He's such a sweet guy. I mean, he gets grumpy a lot because, you know, grumpy old men, it's a thing, right? But he never stays grumpy for long, and he's always really, really sweet. So there we go. No longer grumpy. And I also used this. This is the Palladio Baked Blush in the color Wish, R2 Wish. And it's very glowy. And the reason I like it is because it is very glowy. And like, it might as well be a highlighter. And I actually use it as a blush topper highlighter. And that's what I've got for the glow. That's what I've got going on today, because I didn't want like something champagne-y or pearly or yellow that will wash out the red. And yeah, that's super duper pretty, and I love it. I kind of wish I had more colors of this, but I don't actually know where to get them here in Australia, because I got these when I was in the US a few years ago, and I found them on Amazon. I don't think I've ever even seen them in a shop. I think maybe in the US they're available at Sally's Beauty, but don't quote me on that, you know, because it was a long time ago. It was like at least 3 years ago. And FYI, powder products can last a lot longer than liquid products, in case you're wondering. Oh my God, that stuff is, you know, old and expired. I was having this conversation with my sister because they visited recently, and she goes, oh no, powder products go off yet too, and you know, blah blah, whatever happened to me. And I was, when was the last time you washed your makeup brushes? And she goes, never. And I'm like, yeah, you're gonna want to wash your makeup brushes, because it's not the powder product, it's the fact that you've never washed your makeup brushes. So that was a funny conversation. Actually, speaking of my sister, she gave me this Givenchy, very fancy, schmancy, not something I would buy myself. And it's called the Encre Lentidi in the color 03. It's kind of a long wear-ish type of lipstick. It's actually a lot like, in terms of texture, what I'm wearing now, which is the Colourpop Ultra Satin Lip Formula, which they discontinued, which is such a shame because it's a beautiful formula. It's fairly long wearing. It is not completely transfer proof, but fairly transfer proof. It doesn't dry out the lips, so I love this formula and this texture. And this is in the color Lost, which is what I've got on my lips now. But this, back to the Givenchy, is this incredible pink. I will wear it one day when I do a video, because it's a lot more blue toned and cool toned purple pink than I would normally wear. But my sister is very much sort of a red lip girl. It kind of runs, no, it doesn't run in the family, because mom's all about the pink. But my sister and I are both very much just, you know, red lips are kind of our thing. But yes, so she was given this, because I looked at her and I said, why did you buy that? You wouldn't wear that. She goes, oh no, it was given to me as a gift. And yeah, so I'm gonna, and it stains. Holy moly, it stains. I do like the fact that it stains. Okay, that's not going anywhere. Yeah. But yes, so I got that from my sister, and was when did I wear this? It was not too long ago. Good old faithful Nars Orgasm, still broken, still using it. I wanted a light foundation day with a little bit of coverage, but still my skin feels like skin, looks like skin. And the Missha BB cream is the one foundation product I own, which is like that. My skin just always looks beautiful and looks like skin. And whenever I look in the mirror and go, holy cow, why don't I just wear this all the time? Because it's amazing. But I like to play with makeup and I like to wear different things, so I don't wear it all the time. But this is phenomenal and amazing. I wear it in the color 23. I did use up this Laura Mercier blurring primer. Hooray! And it was all right. It was blurring. It was nice, but I'm not going to pay, what, $60, $70 for 30 mils of a blurring primer from Laura Mercier, because that is not in my budget. Sorry. It was nice. I enjoyed it, but I will not be getting more of it. I have been... Oh, okay. What is going on here? Yes. So I have got this Instant Age Rewind concealer that I only really use concealer like around here and on my nose to cover up some redness. But this concealer, I really, 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 really dislike this puffy thing. And I don't mind it when it's new in the beginning, but after a while, the sponge gets all manky and nasty. So I emptied it into this, and I love this particular mechanism for concealer, because you know, you twist it up and then you just kind of paint it on, and I find that I can get like a really good, I can get really good control and a really sheer wash of concealer on, and that works for me because I don't need a lot. I just need a little bit of extra coverage, you know, on my face for it. So that's kind of what I was using. There was a little, I emptied out this into this, and then I added a little bit more of this one, which is the color, what color is this one? Oh my gosh, why do they make this so hot? Okay, this is in fair and this is in pale. This is a little bit more yellow tone. This is a bit more pink tone. I've still got a chunk of this left, and I had to pull up the sponge because it was just disgusting. So when this is used up, I will put this into a fresh one of this, because these actually are not reusable, but you can get them for like $1 a piece online. So that's kind of what I do, and I've ordered a couple more to put that in there, because I really like this mechanism for concealer, and I probably will end up doing this more in the future in terms of like just putting my concealer in there. But because, you know, I like to DIY and play with stuff, but you know, I'm not making anything, but I do like packaging that works, and this packaging works for me. And yay, this is gone. It can go into recycling. I'm just gonna toss it on the floor behind me. I have been using this sheer down on the lips. This is the Colourpop Ultra Blotted Lip, and this is in the color Swing Away. It's really pretty. And what I do is I sheer it, like super duper duper sheer it out like that, because then it dries down and there's like nothing to it, but it gives me a little bit of a hint of color. And then I wear it with this MCO Beauty lip oil on top, because that is drying on my lips, or it feels drying on my lips, and my lips are very, very finicky these days. And then I just add that to give me the hydration and a little bit of shine. And it is so nice, and it's so pretty, and it does last because of that little bit of color. And then I can just top up the oil, you know, throughout the day if I wanted to. I don't usually, because once I get out of here, I go into the office, and I've got a couple of other lip balms in the office that I use. So, you know, that's kind of what I do. I have also used a bit of this, and I have not figured out how to use this properly or how to use this well yet. It illuminates, blurs, skin's perfection. I don't actually know. I guess I have to look it up and watch like what other people do with it, or with the original and how they use it, because they say you can use it as a highlight, you can use it as a glowy primer, and you know, my skin is such that I benefit from a pore blurring primer, and this says it blurs. And look, if it's glowy and pore blurring, magic. Okay, so I'm gonna need to play with this a bit more before I actually figure out if I like it or not. But it was on sale. It was 50% off a few months ago when I got it, and I finally cracked into it to try it out. I have been obsessed with this color. This is from Ulta in the US. It's the Ulta brand. It's an eyeshadow. It's in the color Camel. It is the perfect skin tone color for me, just to blend out like my crease. You know, you can barely see it on my skin, and it just it blends so beautifully and so seamlessly, like just right there. I was teaching my 12-year-old niece how to like do basic makeup, and I was telling her that, you know, us as Chinese, we don't have a crease per se because we just don't have that shape eyes. You know, we have Chinese eyes, and we have what they call monolids, which is fine. It's just almond. I think some people call it almond shaped eyes. It's just the shape of our eyes, but we don't have that crease. We don't have a lot of the double lid, and so you know, blending the crease is always interesting and challenging. But you know, you kind of have to go, like I was telling her, you know, you press here and you can feel that dip between your eyeball and the bone and all that sort of stuff. So it was really fun. We had a really good time. I didn't film it, but my brother-in-law came in and took some photos, and so I've got some good memories from that. And I discovered this in the back of, I don't know, my drawer somewhere when I was pulling things out. And this is just the e.l.f. Pressed Mineral Bronzer in the color Beach Bronze, and I don't use it as a bronzer. I use it as an eyeshadow, and I love this color as an eyeshadow. It is just, it's got a little bit of a glow. And these two, I could wear this every day, all the time. I love that combination, and it is just gorgeous. I just absolutely love it. And now, okay, brows. I'm using my Essence Make Me Brow in Ashy Brown, I assume. It's mixed with a little bit of black mascara because the original Ashy Brown from Essence doesn't actually match my brows. But I'm wearing this. It matches my brows and my hair, so that works. That's what I use for my brows most of the time. The usual never-ending Sea Beauty eyebrow pencil. A couple of other eyebrow pencils. What else did I use? The Wet n Wild one, the Ultimate Brow, and the Essence Baby Got Brow. My eyebrow pencils, I say this every time, I just grab whatever, use it to just fill in a bit and get the shape right, and then, what's this thing called? What am I doing? And then I use the brow gel over it, and you know, it gives me this, which I'm relatively happy with. Okay, eyeshadow sticks. I've got 3. Yes, I've got 3. 2 from the Kind Collective and 1 from By Terry. The By Terry one is gorgeous. It absolutely does not budge. if I use it on my eyes. I have been using it in my lower lash line as a lower lash line liner, and it's fantastic. Doesn't go anywhere. But today I am wearing this from the Kind Collective, also an eyeshadow stick. But I don't love this texture, because if I try to apply this directly, and they're almost identical in color, isn't it? That Kind Collective and the By Terry one. It feels a bit dry. So today what I did was I grabbed an eyeliner pencil, and I dabby, and then I used it to apply my lower lash line, and that worked perfectly. And it looks really, really nice. So I'm really interested to see how that's going to wear and how long that's going to last. Because I know the By Terry one lasts a really, really long time, and it does not budge. And then this other one is more of a brownie color. So this is more bronzy, this is more brownie, and I love them both. So I'm hoping that with the brush technique, I can use these a bit more as a smudgy eyeliner on the bottom lash line, because I don't really wear them as eyeshadow on my lids, because I like my eyeshadow primer and then my eyeshadow and, you know, all that kind of thing. So that's kind of what I do. And then I have these two, which is from Mecca Max, which is their Zoom shadow sticks, and I use these as eyeliner. I've talked about these a lot, but you can tell I use these as eyeliner because they're completely flat. Because I use an eyeshadow or eyeliner brush with them. I use this one, which I don't even know where it's from. And this brown one, I'm starting to wear it off. You know, there's a little bit of a nub off the top. I don't wear brown nearly as much. Today I'm wearing brown, but the black is, you know, I have to wind it up now, because I've used a chunk of it. I use that a lot. Let me see how far down. Oh, look, it's gone down half a centimeter in there. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna roll this up. Let me see how much is left. Please don't break. Please don't drop this, Deanna. Please don't be clumsy. And roll this one up and see how they compare. Because as you saw, this was just touching the top. Yeah, see? So I've used a fair chunk of the black one. This will still last me a really, really long time, because I don't really wear eyeliner very frequently. I am wearing it today because I do like the look of eyeliner, but my eyes can be a bit fussy, and sometimes, a lot of times, they smudge, and these are the only ones I find that smudge the least. I don't want to say don't smudge at all, they smudge the least. So I wore those, and I really enjoyed those. And finally, last thing, actually two lip balms. I don't use these on my lips. I use these under my eyes. And what I do is, I'm looking in the mirror so you can see. I'm come right up close. And mind you, I know I say this a lot. I'm 53 years old. Okay, I have fine lines. And by the end of the day, if I'm wearing makeup, and I don't really wear concealer right under here because I don't have dark circles per se, but I do have fine lines, and my foundation can look a little dry and crunchy at the end of the day. And I talked about this before. I saw this hack about lip balm. They were talking about using Aquaphor, and I've been trying out different lip balms. By far, this Nivea one is my favorite, and I really, really like it under my eyes. That's what I'm wearing today. This one is a bit kind of like weird and chunky. So I tend to just rub it on my, it needs to be warmed up, so I rub it on my fingers like that before I use it, sort of to melt it a bit. And then I kind of rub it together. And the nice thing about this is this hack does work. Is then I just gently press under, and I use this one, this Agna lip balm, lipstick protective lip balm. Sorry, this one. I just use it sort of more as a touch-up in the middle of the day. My under eyes are looking pretty good right now because I didn't put my makeup on that long ago, but I do this just to add a little bit of moisture back in, and everything just seems to settle back down, and not that the lines disappear, but it just sort of all looks a little bit better. And I don't powder on top of it because then you get the powder and it's crunchy and everything. So that is it. Wow. Okay. I told hubby when I was telling him I was going to film a video, I told hubby that I was only going to take 20 minutes. Clearly I was wrong because that's gone on 31 minutes and I will get to 32 by the time I say goodbye. So thank you for watching. I am very grateful that I woke up this morning not feeling like death warmed over, and that I have energy again, and I'm feeling a bit better, and hopefully I'm coming across a bit more perky. I think the video I put up earlier this week for my perfume, my weekly perfume adventures, which I really try to do on my Monday morning. So I normally film it like on the Sunday. I don't think I even had like makeup on. I was just like, I literally woke up like this. I brushed my hair and that was it. And I think I put on moisturizer, but I think that was it. Because I was just feeling like very average, but I was determined to get a video out because I don't know why. There's no rule, right? This is not my job. I'm just doing this for fun. So I don't know why, but I kind of felt like I wanted to be consistent and to like continue to do something. I know the week before I put up something that was pre-filmed because I just, you know, couldn't. I just did not have it in me to film anything. So yes, I am very grateful today that I feel actually pretty good. And I really appreciate that. And I think any woman who is going through menopause and any other chronic health things will understand what I mean when some days you just, and I can talk about it more in another video, you know, if anybody's actually even interested in listening to me ramble about it. But, you know, I've come to really appreciate when I'm feeling healthy and when I have energy, because there have been a lot of days in the last year where getting out of bed has been difficult. So, yeah. Okay, thank you. I'm going to go now and tell hubby he can come back in here and work from bed and start dictating again. Yeah, so thank you for hanging with me. I really appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe. What's the other thing? Comment, like, all the YouTubey things. Bye-bye.